Hey everybody, welcome back to the 30 Minutes of Fame. I'm Dave, and just another amazing, talented musician and singer on here today. Husband and wife powerhouse behind Eleyet McConnell. Am I saying that right?
You
Correct.
are.
Yes.
Perfect. Turn personal stories into soul-stirring rock, blues, Americana. That's hitting some hearts worldwide. So welcome to my little show here.
Oh, glad to be here.
Thank you for having
Yes.
us.
So I'll start with Angie first. I guess you grew up in a small little town in Ohio
You did.
with a mix of country and gospel. How
hmm
did that shape your current songwriting in this whole rock mode?
Well, it made me a storyteller. I like writing songs that are about real things, um, that anybody can relate to. It might mean something to me, when I come up with lyrics or whatever, but I find that people walk away. That's what I love about it. People walk away with something that's relevant to them that had nothing at all that meant the same thing as when I was writing the song or when I thought about it. And I love that. So.
Beautiful. And Chris, Mr. Bass Man here, you started playing bass at a pretty young age.
At age 10, yeah, back in 1970s when I first picked up a bass. And ironically, it was just my grandfather asking me to put this bass guitar of his in the closet. So that was the first time I had picked up a bass. And then later that year, after coming out of church camp, because we both grew up in Pentecostal churches, fire and brimstone
Released for
stuff.
time served.
Yeah, and but that's where we all got our music, that's where it came
Yeah.
from for us. And after a church camp, the drummer who was the preacher's son, he's like, "Hey man, I'm looking for a bass player." Of course, we're 10 years old, And he goes, "You ever played bass?" I said, "Well, I picked one up before." So that's how I ended up
That's
in
how it
a
started.
band.
Now, my parents used to run a church camp. I told this story to one other guest, but I was the 80s rock and metalhead with the long hair and the bad
Oh
mullet.
yeah, yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
in a church camp in the middle of nowhere in Newfoundland. And every year I had to pick a different instrument to learn how to try and play. And so I picked trombone.
Oh,
So 2 o'clock in the morning, I've got my whole cabin of super religious kids learning how to play Heaven's on Fire by Kiss on a trombone.
I was the first instrument I actually ever played was in a band was a trombone back in elementary.
I love that.
Yeah, so I've always
So
been in the bass rhythm.
beautiful.
Chris played
No,
Black Sabbath in the church basement. No,
oh, wow.
trombone.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey, never, what happens in the church basement, never doesn't count.
Stays in the basement.
Yeah,
I got it.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You guys met in 2013 through a local music project. What's the story
Yeah,
there?
yeah. See, I've been playing. Angie just starting to get into bands, right?
In 2010, I've
In
sang my whole life,
2010.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
but started getting into actual bands, and she was in some really good ones out of Columbus. And then at the time, it was her husband at the time was the drummer that I had gotten into a band. Accidentally got into a band. I had no intention of really. I was kind of on a hiatus, and the guitar player who was a cop in town stopped by, uniformed and cruiser and everything, and said, "Hey man, won't we practice tonight? Come on over." And that's how I got into this band. But only finding out I was actually in the band by a Facebook post that said we got a name, and then another Facebook post that said we got a gig. So
We're
I
gonna
guess, well,
play.
I'm in a
I'm
band.
in a band.
So that's how I met Angie, through that. And then she would come on stage and play a few songs, and then that just kind of sparked a little magic in us, being able
Musically, yeah.
musically to really mesh. And then, without going into the details, things
Oh
happened,
no,
and
doesn't they? Yeah.
relationships go out this way, and relationships start in this way,
Yeah.
and then we just wrote so much.
A lot.
We have enough albums for, well, we'll never
Music.
live long enough to record them.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Now,
Probably.
you guys collaborate on songs and write together.
Yeah.
Hmm.
As a
All the
married
time.
couple, Chris, if there's ever a disagreement on a song and you hear her say, "Oh, it's fine,"
Oh,
the
I
two
can't wait
words
to
you
hear
never
it.
want to hear as a married man.
Well, let me tell you.
It was
Let me
fine.
tell you. When if you've ever really heard her sing, especially live, I mean, she could almost like not be able to talk, almost having laryngitis, and could still pull off an evening, and you would never know it. So when she does make a mistake, I'm the first one to let her know later. And that wasn't, you did this and you did
Yeah.
that. But in writing, um, There'll be times where she'll throw a rhythm, a melody out there that I don't think is going to
It's
match with
funny.
the way the song is. And I'd like to say most of the time I win that one, but sometimes I don't. You know, you learn to swallow crow now and then.
Well, this is so funny because this is relevant to just like, this week, the last 7 days. We're working on some new tunes in the studio. Well, we haven't even got to the studio yet. We're working on them with our
Yeah, getting ready to
bandmates,
head
but
back in.
um there were some lyrics that I wrote to some music that the guys were kind of working on, and he's like, I don't like how you do that. You need to stop it here. And I was like, no, I don't think I want to do that. I don't like that at all.
I'm gonna win this one.
And so we're doing this now, as a matter of fact. It's
I'm
like,
gonna win this one.
and I'll say I'll try anything, but in my
Yeah.
mind I'm like, I'm gonna hate it and I'm never
Yeah.
gonna like it and we'll get my way
Seems
eventually.
like the one thing, Angie, when she
Yeah,
never used to
Jay,
write music until we got
that's true.
together, and
That's a
then
true story.
I mean, for a good couple years there, I would throw some rhythms out there, trying to get her to sink in. You can't force anybody into this. And then, ironically enough, I do have it on recording. I would, record my phone, practice sometimes if I got a little rhythm going. And I had one going, and then I heard Angie fiddling around, just noodling, and all of a sudden she started coming into it, you know. And then I threw a little rhythm vocal out, and she grabbed it, and then from that point on, she just became
It opened
prolific.
Pandora's box for me.
Oh,
It did. It clicked like that in that exact
and
description.
then we found
Yeah.
out how well she was, because when I write, I'm
Oh God.
more like a Nostradamus
It's
quatrain,
it needs
and
to be brought down to earth
yeah,
wherever people live.
yeah, I
But
got some very Shakespearean lines, and
oh my
she'll
goodness.
she'll cut it down and make it sound decent.
Laugh and be like, oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's translator. Translator.
She used to sing to the stratosphere constantly. That was just way up there all the time. And it's like, you got to bring that down because, it's so sultry when you have that vocal down low and then you get up to that climatic moment. And now she's just all sultry
For the
all
longest
over.
time, that was my comfort zone, was
Yeah.
way up here, because I have a wide range, but the lower register for me was more difficult. That takes more air, more control, and it just wasn't something that I had really worked on a whole lot because I don't know why I just hadn't. And so I've practiced that a
Well,
lot more, found that.
doing a
Now I love it.
duo, the pandemic basically shut the band down, right? So Angie and I started doing wineries and little clubs and stuff like that as a duo, and we went to an open mic over at Dalton Union that first time.
It's just
We
like
only
wiring
learned
heroes.
one or two songs for it, and then they liked it so much they came over and they booked us for a whole evening gig, and it's like, okay, we got to learn three
Yeah,
hours
to
of
go.
music
Yeah,
now. We booked the gig, and that's kind of got us going.
got it started.
And she, I think, now most of the songs that we play and sing, she's really got that lower register really sultry, where it needs to be.
I'm
I know
not.
her voice. I don't know if you've ever heard of a pretty big Canadian female rocker, and her name is Lee Aaron, and she used to sing a song called Metal Queen, and that's kind of who your voice, your kind of vibe reminds me of.
How does she spell that last name?
Lee Aaron, Leaaron, and
Okay.
she's got a song called Metal Queen. She's like the original '80s Canadian heavy
Yeah,
metal
I
artist up
dig
here.
it.
Yeah.
Dig it.
So there's your homework after the show. You got to go check her out.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
still performs.
Metal
Yeah.
Queen, I see it right here.
You know who
Yeah.
else I like? And I believe she's Canadian. I'm almost positive. Sash Jordan.
Sash Jordan, yeah, I've seen her live a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Love
yeah.
her.
Have you ever seen Beth Hart?
Oh,
I have not.
Oh, have you ever heard of Beth Hart?
I have not.
Check it out.
check her
Check it
out.
out.
Okay.
HART.
Yeah.
Now I
Yeah,
got my homework, so I will
Yeah.
yeah,
make it.
yeah. Beth Hart. She's been a real big influence in
I mean,
through
yeah.
Angie during.
Yeah, for sure.
We had a rough period there when we first started together. How relationships start out all good and happy and lovey, and then they go to hell,
That
right?
wasn't us.
Ours started out in the hell, and for some reason
We came
we
out.
got it all out there,
Yeah.
and it's been
Yeah.
it will be 4 years this
Married. Yeah.
23rd that we've been married,
Wow.
and yeah, and it's just every day's new. You know, we're
We
building
still like each
we
other.
build a life beyond our music. I mean, we have chickens and dogs and cats and and a lot of friends that we help. That's
Yeah.
through situations that's going on right now, especially. But Every day is new.
It's hard to keep fresh when you live together, work together,
She works from home and I
write
retired
songs
2 years
together.
ago,
Like
so we're home
we
all the
aren't
time.
we aren't away from each other very much. And so you gotta make sure you give yourselves personal space sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
You
That
do your
garage
thing.
has become my man cave.
One I've been listening to a few of your tunes just before this, and there's one song, "Surrender," I was listening to,
Yeah, that's a
and
special one.
yeah, I hear that one came from one of the lowest periods in your life. What do you
Fine.
think
Yeah.
about
Okay.
that?
So Chris and I had our own drama as far as relationships go, but during that time, it wasn't just about our relationship. I went through probably
She more
one of the most difficult personal transformations that I think anybody could experience. I had a lot going on in my personal world. My world was upside down. I was struggling to just kind of keep sense of anything. Um, some really tragic things had happened in my family life, and then of course we had everything going on with our life, and um, there were just things that I felt like I had to take care of, and I finally realized that I can't do it all. And there was a point in the time where I think you have and we started listening to one of your podcasts about your own personal journey. So I think this will resonate with you, but where you have to give it to God or to whoever it is, whatever your higher power is. You have to have some faith and realize that you need a little help, and there's always something or something else that's in control. And that's what that song is.
something has gone right because we're really blessed.
It was
And we thank God every day
it was a tough time.
because
It was a
we are
tough
so
time.
lucky to be where we are to be able to help and do whatever we need to do,
Yeah.
which is the right thing to
And
do.
I mean, I think looking back, there were periods of time where I didn't know if I was going to come out of it okay. I really had a hard time. It was rough. Don't I'm grateful for it. I am forever changed because of it in a good way. I don't ever want to relive it again. You know.
No,
Um, but um I try to find the message in everything that I experience now because that's what that taught me. There's a lesson to be learned here. And whether I'm paying attention to the universe or God or whatever it is you believe in, um, you ignore it long enough and it will come up and back in you upside the head.
Hers
Pay
happened.
attention.
Hers happened.
And that happened to me.
Her transformation of everything happened fast within a period of months.
I mean, I physically changed.
So I mean,
Changed. It was
physically,
a
everything about her morphed.
yeah.
I, on the other hand, am a late bloomer, and here we are 4 years later, and I'm still learning from it.
Yeah.
She got her message real fast. I'm just now starting to
Yeah.
see the light.
there's one song. So you said you watched a bit of my story, but I guess my darkest rock bottom moment was I was on a balcony of a 14th floor building after a night of blackout drunk, staring down at a parking lot 14 floors up and just thinking, would anyone even give a shit if I leap off here?
Yeah.
So I'm listening to your newest song called The Ledge, and I'm gonna read these lyrics because I wrote them down here. Standing on the edge of the ledge, I need to break free from here. Man, that hit me like a Mack truck and a smart car.
Yeah.
So tell me about that song, and I guess it's kind of a little related to the surrender I mentioned, but what's the story there?
Not as profound as surrender was for me, but this too was another difficult time. This was something I had gone through, you know, centered around some work experiences and people and interactions and stuff. And I feel like it's about finding your people, your circle, who you can trust, who you can't trust. And when you feel like, you've been used or just all these bad things keep happening, you keep finding yourselves in the wrong places. I did. No, I'm kidding. You keep finding yourselves in those types of places, and it's like, I've had enough. Why am I like a shit magnet? Like, what is happening? And um, I was that low with surrender. I was very much in that spot. Absolutely, 100%. With the ledge, this for me was more of I'm done,
Done.
and I'm breaking out of here. And it was more metaphorical for me. But got me in my feels with that, man. I love that it resonated with something like that for you, because that's, I'm sure, a very pivotal time in your life too. Glad you're still here.
You know, I
We
look back
had
at it
our favorite
every now and then.
song.
I'll pull up my old address once every 6 months or so on just on Google Maps, and I'll just look at the view from my balcony from the ground,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'll just have
Find
a
yourself.
moment with myself. And it's not that
Yeah.
I'm still hung up there. I just look back at
How far you've come.
even
Yeah.
where I am now. I'm a
Yeah.
dad. I've dropped like a ton of weight. I've got this little podcast where I get to talk to awesome people once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, what's it
Yeah.
like for you if you're doing a gig or you're doing a show and you're seeing people singing along with your words?
That's nothing I can even put into words. That I love. I'll tell you also, I think there's been a couple of times where, we've told a story before a song, and then we do the song, and you see when I see dudes out there that get misty eyed,
Hikers,
that
period.
hits me. That hits
Hikers.
me
Right.
because it's real. It's real. These things really happened.
And then that one time, that one dude,
I did
he
get
was with
married
his
to a
wife and
proposal.
then, offered to marry her.
No, but that's because I sang Merle Haggard and we were in Tennessee, and so
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I won. But um, to know that's what it's all about. There is no better compliment to an artist than to have someone emotionally connect to your songs, especially if you wrote the lyrics. Because there is no better compliment on the earth for me. And I think most songwriters would say the same thing.
Something that was interesting that I caught just a week or so ago. There was another article somebody I got to remember who wrote that article. We get so many articles that get written, and this guy was taking the first song release, which was The Horizon, and he he equated it to a
He
religious.
spun that in a
He
religious way,
spun
and
it,
I was like,
yeah, and he was using spiritual verses, the Bible
never
verses and
thought
everything.
that
And
way.
I never thought of it that way.
I
And
love
I
it.
was sitting
I
there,
love it.
I thought, okay, I gotta listen to that song. So it's me at night, Angie's up in bed. I thought, okay, I'll turn it on. I want to listen to it in that frame of mind. And I thought,
It
wow,
fits.
how people
It
interpret a
fits.
song. We don't really, when we write, we don't really have an intent on anything. We don't say we're going to write this or we're going to write about this. It just
It's on
happens.
my mind.
It
What's
just
on my mind?
happens.
Yeah.
Music happens, the words happen, the melodies happen. We don't struggle for anything. Even when we go into the studio, one track, two tracks, two takes, and we're done.
We
Um,
prepare though,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
we usually get
We don't go in
well,
there to figure it out.
except for that one. Worried about that one.
That's a dig at me, I think.
You know what? You know what's funny? So, well, I've been playing guitar since I was 10, but I stopped.
Okay.
I stopped for 25 years just with
Yeah.
my PTSD stuff. I just had no interest in
Sure.
it. And then,
Maybe UX military or something?
no, I just got knifed by three guys, wrong neighborhood, wrong time, and it just messed my
Yeah.
head up.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Yeah.
so I used to drink 6 nights a week to escape. And then about a year and a half ago, the guy that does the music at me and my girlfriend's church, he just gifted me a guitar. It's like a $1,400 guitar that was sitting in his closet. He's like, I just want someone to use this.
I'm still here, is what he
And then
said.
6 months later, I got up in church and I played my first time sober in 25 years in front of people. It's a church full of like 60 to 70-year-olds.
Right.
And I played Brandon Lake and the Jelly Roll song, Hard Fought Hallelujah. It was the most nerve-wracking moment of my life, but I'll never forget it. And then I'm playing a second song. It's How Great Thou Art. This is at another concert.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of got choked up because it was my grandmother's funeral song. But this whole audience just starts singing the entire song. There's only 30 people there.
Yeah.
But for
That's fine.
me, it was like I was in like Dallas Cowboys Stadium with 60,000
Yeah.
people singing
Yeah.
along with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those
The
are
music is
magical
powerful,
moments.
man, and
Those
I
are
love it.
magical moments. Sometimes I think the smaller crowds are more powerful because I don't know. Sometimes they are. Not always, but
It's more
sometimes.
personal,
Oh,
more personal. It can also be more intimidating too, depending on the situation, the venue,
yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
We've had some smaller venues where it was just the best time we ever had because everybody just gets involved.
Mhm.
Then we've been in places where there's been big crowds and you just don't hear nothing, but you hear the compliments later. We find ourselves in some gigs where we're nothing but basically background noise. I look at it as a paid rehearsal.
Yeah. But
You
then the
know,
people that come
and the people
afterwards,
afterwards, they have been
yeah.
listening to it and
Yeah.
stuff.
But I love that for you. It's
Yeah.
like that guitar was like, I'm
So,
hi.
It's
so
beautiful.
How long did it take you to get your calluses built back up?
Not long at all, man. And then my girlfriend convinced me to, because I've got a lot of songs written myself,
Uh-huh.
but I've never put music to them. And I put music to one, and it was about my grandmother she had
Ah,
Alzheimer's, and for the last 2 years of her life, she couldn't talk. But if you go into a room with her and sing her favorite church song, she'd sing along
it,
every single word.
Yeah.
And as soon as you stop, she'd go back to mumbling.
isn't that crazy?
So I
Yeah.
called the song 3 Minutes with Grandma, and
Mm.
I posted on TikTok or something. This lady reached out to me. Her mother was going, had dementia. And she's like, I've listened to your song and it just made me cry for hours and hours. And to me, that's like if it had gotten like a Grammy or whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh
Absolutely. Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Congratulations. I mean,
Yes. I
that's
mean, I don't think I'm anything super. I mean, I can carry a note and I put some tunes on there and I don't worry about numbers. Like if my interviews get 10 views, if they get 2,000 views,
yeah.
Yeah.
but there's
Well,
someone watching this that goes, they listen to your song or they go get help or they just listen or that's my I made it moment. That's me singing
absolutely.
along, right?
Right, right, right.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I
Your
love it.
music videos are pretty damn cool. You've won
Thank
you've won some awards for your music videos.
you. Thank
So
you.
how involved are you in the visual side of that, or is
100%. It's just us.
It's all us. Angie
Yeah.
does all the editing. She's a whiz with all that stuff.
I'm
One of
getting
these days
better.
I
I'm
won't
getting
have
better.
I won't have no honeydew projects and I can concentrate on that.
I like techie stuff, but it's almost a meditation for me.
Yeah.
When you I mean, you have to edit these too, so you got, you get it. You have to really kind of pay attention and you listen, segment by segment, sometimes even breaking it down into a couple seconds and trying to make everything match and get the imagery that you're looking for and how do they transition into one to the next. And for me, it becomes a meditation. I can get totally lost in it. I'm sitting on the couch, I've got my headphones on, I've got my laptop there, and I've got my blankie on my legs, and I'm sitting there doing it, and he's like, "Hey," and he's talking to me, and I'm like, "What? I'm busy, busy," you know. But yeah, it's
So we had the
I
Horizon
I enjoy
video.
it.
On the Horizon video,
Oh
we
my
we
gosh.
had a whole bunch of scenes that we had already captured.
Yeah.
And then the night before, uh I'm like, well, let's just do more close-up scenes. So we set up a little area in the house and we filmed each other. And then we came up there, added a little bit of a couple of scenes from before,
Hmm.
and then
Change the whole thing.
in a 6 hour period of time, had it released,
Hmm.
and it was just pretty much crammed
Liked
at
it.
the
Turned
last
out good.
moment. Yeah,
Loved it.
yeah.
I love it. I love it. So I'm gonna put all your links down there in the description. People can go check out your videos. I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
edit in
Subscribe.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
edit in the ledge to on the end here just after we're done talking, just with a picture of you guys in the background
Yes.
and just so
Thank you.
people can hear that on here. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, you guys are awesome. Keep plugging away in the music, and it's
Thank you.
two of
You
your
too,
songs
man.
already
Yeah.
hit me, so that's to me that's
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
and I'm
That
sure it will hit
Thank
surrender,
a
you.
lot of
it's
people too.
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you.
that surrender hit number 5 in the iTunes in
Oh,
Europe.
I did. Yeah. In the
Yeah,
UK. I
Oh
did.
in the
wow,
UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nice. All right, I got one
And
more question for the both of you, and unless you have anything else you want to share with my listeners here.
No.
yeah.
Hit us.
All right, small town. You might have the small town advantage on this one, but we'll start with Chris. Same question,
Hmm.
but a 100-meter pigeon carrying contest. How many pigeons could you fit in your arms, in your
Hmm.
hat, wherever, and have on you at the end of a 100-meter race?
Oh my goodness. I would say I'd be lucky to have one by the end of that race because they'd be all flopping around and everything. I'm trying to take a cat sometimes. Matter of fact, we got chickens. Grab one chicken, try to put him over back in the fence. Yeah, I'd say one. I've dealt with birds.
I'm gonna say if I can get my hands around them, you know, before I start running my 100 meters, I'm gonna say four because I could hook two of their necks
Yeah,
into
yeah,
my
you
fingers
get to.
and I could go. Because
I'm gonna
yeah,
end up with one around the neck.
I could.
You know.
As long as I could get them there and under my arms, I think I could get two in each arm.
Yeah, I'm
All right,
sitting here
well,
now.
Chris, that'll put you in dead second last out of my 93 episodes. The only person lower had a phobia of pigeons and wouldn't even answer the question. So
Oh, really?
that'll put you in second. And Angie, that'll put you in that's about the most common answer is 4 or 5.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Now, number one
Yeah.
is like 250. That guy had plans, but
Yeah.
it's just my silly way. I end all my shows.
That's
Sometimes
hilarious.
I have
Four.
some dark conversations on here about some serious
I
stuff,
do.
and
Yeah, I
it's
think
just a
four.
little comic relief.
Yeah.
So you guys are on YouTube, Facebook,
All the things,
Spotify.
Platforms.
all the digital
Yeah.
platforms.
Perfect.
Instagram. Yep, all of them.
Yep.
And we have to
Beautiful. So everybody go check out Eleyet
please
McConnell
do.
and Chris and Angie here and show them some support, give them a listen, and
Thanks for having us on, man.
Yeah, Dave,
yeah,
we
thanks for
appreciate
coming
it.
on with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody out there, just say one nice thing to someone every day of the year, and it can change someone's life.
It
Simple
sure can,
compliment.
absolutely.
Find someone
100%.
with a TikTok video singing, someone in recovery, anything at all. Just one nice word.
Yeah.
One nice word.
And